There's something to be said about a person who can't commit to whether or not they like anime, like the weeb culture, or just JRPGs. I am that person. I personally can't decide if I like these things. To me, it's like a beer. Sometimes the mood strikes, and I can go a couple of days drinking, then there's where it's just a drought. Today, we are talking about my retrospective on Yakuza Zero, an anime JRPG from a total amateur in the genre. How I feel after 8 hours, how it made me look down and questioned why am I always on the fence but somehow always end up on the other side, and seeing the grass is truly greener. So before we begin, let's go ahead and make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and the bell icon to get notified. Now, on with the video. It's safe to say I have a commitment issue when it comes to this genre. Actually, I don't even think it's a commitment issue. I'm in denial. Every time I watch an anime from Castlevania to Parasite, play a JRPG like Xenoblade to Final Fantasy, I'm always in love with the ride and the story, but yet I'm always so hesitant to venture down these paths. When it came to Yakuza, I held off for, I don't know, quite a while thinking I wouldn't like it. I thought to myself, who would like this game? Looks so jank, cliche, boring, but after my first hour of Yakuza Zero, I was on top of that fence looking down. After that hour, I was already on the other side, rolling around, sniffing the flowers. Yakuza Zero is special. I wanted to give a quick shout out to all the people who kept pushing me to try it, because without you, I'd probably still be on the other side of the fence. Yakuza takes the suspense story of a mob movie and drops you right in the middle of it, with twists and turns along the way, with great character development and combat deep enough to get entrenched. Coming from a fighting game background guy, that is. Finding the nuances and fighting styles and specking out your tree to better fill out your style felt like home. The depth doesn't stop there. Checking out all the mini-games in Yakuza was a treat. From stumbling from the disco dance minigame where I spent an hour just laughing my ass off like a child with a grin, to playing baseball and feeling like a kid all over again when I would spend hours in the batting cage trying to get the perfect score. With an 85 on Metacritic, I can see why this series is so beloved. Not only did it make me look deeper into my psyche, it made me feel like a kid playing a game again. That fun I had playing games is hardly there nowadays. I can't quite put my finger on why, but the last time I felt this way, this pure enjoyment, not so much the need to further the story, was Cyber Shadow. That was the last time I played a game where I just felt like a child again, curious about the world, wanting to see what was around the corner, trying every little food, meeting all sorts of cast and crew. So 6 years later since initial release, does it hold up? Well, I have my gripes. Targeting and camera can be rough and sometimes putting you in a rough situation. The enemy AI sometimes gets the right positioning on you where you're literally hit stunned to death because you can't escape. Combat is fun, but it does still feel fairly casual. Even though there is depth in the skill trees and learning the other combos, you aren't really incentivized to master those combos and usually just end up smashing or mashing the buttons, I should say. The pacing can feel rough time to time, but in all honesty, I enjoyed the game for the varied gameplay and the story. The twists and the turns and the world immersion did a great job of drawing me in. I still have plenty to go in this game, but as of now I found a sweet spot on my catalog. I'm invested in finding out Kiryu's path and seeing where he ends up, possibly playing the rest of the series. How about you? Have you played Yakuza? What's your thoughts? Leave a comment down below. Until next time, it's Feb, and good night.